I thought homie wanted to be silly.
I do, but this is...
So we're recording?
Yes.
Oh, did somebody just show up? Nope, that's a resident. Okay. Greetings and welcome to the August 2018 Parched Eagle Beer School.
Woo!
Thank you. Thank you for driving through the floods here this evening to make it to our Westport Brew House for the August Beer School. And hopefully you'll be rewarded with an educational and enriching experience. We're covering, as usual, we cover 3 beer styles per month based upon beers that we currently have on tap at both of our locations. Tonight, we're going to do American Pale Lager first, then Belgian Triple second, followed up by rye wine. So, interesting combination of styles tonight. So yeah, we're starting with Sensitive Artist, APL. We're not going to use the BJCP 2015 style guidelines for this because it needs to be updated to cover this very modern interpretation of a pale lager. So yeah, I'll just speak off the cuff. So the common thread beer this year was an APL. And Common Thread it's brewed annually by Wisconsin breweries for Madison Craft Beer Week in early May. And I was part of the planning meeting for that style. We basically all come together, interested breweries, and discuss what styles we want to do. And that was held. It was a meeting at Carbon 4 in March. And it became clear that Ryan Koga, the brewmaster for Carbon 4, and they were the host brewery for it this year. In other words, they brewed the beer. He really wanted to do a hoppy pale lager, and I suggested we call it an APL, American Pale Lager, and he liked that, so he decided to go with that for the release. And that beer was real good. So given that I came up with the acronym for what it was called for its release across the state. And incidentally, the part of the proceeds for it benefit Wisconsin Brewers Guild that we're members of. So all breweries in Wisconsin Brewers Guild are invited to participate. Anyway, I decided to do my own interpretation of an APL, and here it is: Sensitive Artist. Brian is a big fan of the King Missile song "Sensitive Artist," as am I, and that's part of the inspiration, or the main inspiration for the name. Okay, so the common thread, that was an aggressively hopped pale lager. It was dry hopped with Equinox hops and something else, as I recall. So for ours, and we'll go ahead and get the aroma first as usual. There's a whole lot of citrusy character going on here. This is double dry hopped with a combination of Galaxy and Denali hops. I get like grapefruit notes, and I think that's mostly from the Galaxy, but perhaps the Denali as well. Robert, who's here tonight, Robert recommended Denali hops. I think it was a really good double dry hopping combination. I think there are also still kind of hints of sulfur from, maybe I'm wrong though, from the lager yeast use and a large amount of pilsner malt. But yeah, kind of a grapefruit sort of citrusy character is what I get. Let's go to appearance next. So very pale, kind of a straw color, I would say, straw colored. This beer is the grain bill is dominated by German Pilsner malt, and also just a little bit of Munich and Crystal 40L that I use for a little bit of color. Otherwise, it would be even lighter than it was. Still kind of hazy, so that's unsurprising given how aggressively double dry hopped it was. So, it kind of fits for us a little bit in the hazy craze, the haze craze, as it's called. Some guy on our Facebook page last month, right when we were releasing it, asked if we brew any hazy New England IPAs, and then it's like, how about this? And I pasted in a link to the release party for Sensitive Artist. Okay, let's go ahead and get the flavor. What do you get there, Tom?
I get some hot bitterness.
Yep.
There's almost like an umami flavor in there. I don't know what that's from.
Interesting.
And then a nice finish, a little bit brighter.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, maybe umami, you're kind of getting Pilsner malt, because it really is
It was
dominated.
also almost like when you were saying something about sulfur, I was wondering if that was part of that. So
Yeah,
But it's a deeper note. It's a lower note.
yeah. So, this beer has been a little off-putting to some. So we've been advocating that you get a taste of it first. Now, that said, it's been rather popular, hasn't it, Robert?
Yes, definitely.
I've been describing it to customers as creeper beer. It just gets better and better the more you drink it. The really nice citrusy finish kind of takes over to me. That's just what I get, though. And my shirt is enjoying it right now because I just spilled a little bit. The Eagle is the Parch is being reduced for the Parched Eagle. I got Brian with that one. Brian, what do you think of your namesake beer?
Yeah, the citrus kind of flavor and bitterness too kind of builds
Yeah,
the more
exactly.
Yeah.
Kind of like in a grapefruit way to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of what I'm getting tonight.
Are either of those hops known for like any kind of funk level?
I would say Denali would be more so out of the two. Denali really reminded me of Citra.
There could be some
So
of
there
that
you go,
going on.
Citra / Mosaic. Galaxy, however, just really lovely tropical citrusy character. And I think the Galaxy pretty much is dominating in the finish. Big fan of Galaxy hops, and we'll definitely use them again. Yeah, it is a bit bitter, and it's only 29 or 30 IBUs.
Yes.
But with such a light malt profile, the bitterness stands out a little bit, which makes it unlike a lot of New England hazy IPAs. But 30 IBUs for me, for a hoppy
That's
beer,
super low.
yeah.
For you.
Yeah, we will brew this beer again. I think I'll lager it more next time. I tried to push it, turn it around quickly, have it ferment quickly so we could get it on tap. So I used Wye's Bohemian Lager strain, yeast strain, which is a great workhouse lager strain, which can be fermented at ale temperatures. So I fermented it at 64 degrees. I think next time we'll try it at 55 and do it more as a lager.
Straight up lager.
By the time I dry hopped it, I was lagering. And I think it's the first time I dry hopped a lager at lager temperatures. Really interesting results. But yeah, it's been selling well. I like it. And we will brew it again. And yeah, I'll actually try lagering it next time. I don't know, maybe I'll even turn down the IBUs by a little bit too. Maybe. Tom,
You mentioned something earlier about adding color. You said you added some.
a little bit of German Munich malt
And
and a little bit of Crystal 40L.
what is that? What does that indicate when you say 40L?
Lovabond, which is a color scale for malts. So it's 40 Lovibond, which means it's like a caramel color, but a lighter caramel color.
Like, what's the lowest L Lovibond number that we know of?
German Pilsner malt is 2.
2?
Yeah.
So do you think
Pilsner
that-
malts are typically 2 Lovibond. SRM is the other color scale, though I can't remember what SRM stands for.
So when I look at my BJCP icon on my phone and it's got all those colors, is that the same as Lovibond or not?
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, SRM and Lovibond is third.
So the top would be like the 2, and then the bottom would be like the one that's almost black down
Yeah.
there at the bottom?
Correct.
What number would that be?
500.
What? From 2 to 500?
Yeah, for black patent malt.
Wow.
Good question.
All right, thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Any other questions or comments?
I can see everyone over there.
These creeper beers can be kind of rough in the finish. There, Brian. Okay, well then that concludes our coverage of American Pale Lager as manifested by the Parched Eagle's sensitive artist. Brian is a sensitive artist. Okay, you can stop that now, Brian.